Recently, I've noticed a lot of people struggling with the game mode Showdown. Today, I'm going to show you guys the easiest way to get through these showdowns, as I know that they can be very, very frustrating. You get all the way to the end and then you fail. It's the worst feeling in the world. This video is going to make sure that we put ourselves in the best position not to do that when we play these showdowns. Let's get into it. Yo, what is going on, everybody? Stats here. We're back with another video. Today is not going to be a no money spent video necessarily. It's just going to be about Showdown. I noticed on Twitter and Reddit that a lot of people are struggling with this game mode, as it can be very, very frustrating. I'm going to give you guys all my strategies. There's a lot of strategy that goes into this, right? I feel like a lot of people jump into the Showdown and then they just take the best player that's available, the highest overall, and then they just go with it. They're trying to get to these showdowns way too fast, and I feel like that's why people fail. So before we get into this, if you guys are new right here, be sure to subscribe to the channel and throw a like on the video. Let's get right into it. Team Affinity Central Season 1. That's the one we're going to look into today. When you guys jump into these showdowns, the first thing that you're going to want to do is take a look at the bottom left-hand corner, right? We want to prep ourselves for the boss that's going to be at the end right here. So as you can see here, Team Affinity Central Season 1 says our bosses are going to either be Marcus Stroman or Hunter Green. Now, some of these showdowns, they give you two options. Some of these showdowns just have one. What we want to do right here in this situation, the good thing is it is both right-handed pitchers. So we know we're going to be facing a right-handed pitcher at the end. So what we're going to be wanting to do when we draft is select lefties, take righties that can hit righties really, really well. We want to put ourselves in the best position to have the best matchup when we face those bosses. Also, do not ever skip straight to the end. That is not smart. I understand that some people are good enough to get through that, but that's just a horrible idea. You're probably going to fail. I've never been able to do that. That's a really, really hard challenge to do. There's just no point in doing that. Don't do it. It just makes more sense to go through every single one of these, as you're going to improve your lineup and guarantee that you're going to beat the boss, and you get some stubs and you get some XP too. Do keep in mind, there are showdowns out here that just have singular bosses. The Kaiju series showdown is Steven Strasburg, so we know it's going to be Strasburg every single time. Now, there are showdowns out here like Team Affinity East Season 2. We've got a lefty and a right-handed pitcher, so we don't really know who our boss is going to be before our draft. I'm going to show you guys how you can tell who the boss is going to be. Unfortunately, you have to go through the draft first to be able to tell that. But the good thing is, as you beat these, you're going to be getting diamond players, right? These diamond players that you're picking up, these are going to be the meat of your lineup by the time you get to this end boss right here. So I know you don't know who you're going to be facing before the draft, but it's most important to know who it is after the draft, so you know who to take for these diamond players. So I'm going to go ahead and select this draft right here and go through it really, really quick, and then I'll show you guys how you can tell who the boss is going to be before you even get there. Okay, so we've completed our draft, and now we can tell right now on this screen who our final boss is going to be. As you can see at the bottom left-hand corner, it says we are facing the Mets, right? That Jacob deGrom is the 97. I don't know if it's a 97 or not, but I know he plays on the Mets on that card. So this is telling me that we are going to be facing deGrom as our final boss. I'm going to go ahead and simulate to the end here just to make sure. As you can see right there, it says that we are going to be facing deGrom. So obviously I would play through all of these showdowns and I would draft the players that would match up best against deGrom. Okay, so I'm not gonna make you guys sit through every single one of these showdowns that I do. I will get a little bit of gameplay to give you guys some ideas of what I do. But just before we jump into the draft, a couple things to keep in mind before you jump into these showdowns, right? A lot of these bosses that you're gonna be facing, it's not a lot of them, but some of them are going to be relief pitchers, right? So what does that mean? Relief pitchers, they have really, really low stamina. So what you want to do if you're facing off against a reliever is take as many pitches as possible and drive up that pitch count, make them really, really tired. And then when they're tired, that's when you go in and you smash the baseball. It's going to be much easier for you. We don't have a boss like this yet, but you know, like the extreme moments, all that, the extreme program, when that comes out eventually, there's going to be an Aroldis Chapman out there. This is when you want to take pitches. You want to make him as tired as possible. As we all know, Aroldis Chapman is really, really tough to hit. You want to be patient at the plate, get his stamina down, and that's when you go in for the kill. Okay, so the draft. Here we go. We've got our potential bosses are Marcus Stroman and Hunter Green, right? So we got two righties. So let's jump into the draft right here. It's going to cost you 500 stubs. That's really nothing. But first round right here, immediately I know who I'm taking right here. It's going to be Christian Yelich. He's a lefty. He hits righties really, really well. I always take lefties against righties because I really like left-handed hitters. But if you prefer a righty against a right-handed pitcher, go with the guy that has the best stats. Eloy Jimenez right here, he actually does hit righties better. But for me, I like lefties. I'm going to go with Christian Yelich. All right, our second round here, we've got all righties except for one guy. We've got a switch hitting bat in Tommy Edman, but he's not the greatest against right-handers, right? All of these showdowns are going to be on veteran difficulty for now. Like I said, the extreme program, when that comes out, that will probably jump up into All-Star and Hall of Fame. But I know all of the normal showdowns that we play, those are all on veteran difficulty. So contact, it's important, but it's not as important as power. So the reason why I'm not taking Tommy Edman is because he only has 63 power against righties. So I want somebody that can hit a right-handed hitter pretty well, or a right-handed pitcher. I'm going to go with Javi Baez. He is a right-handed hitter, but he can hit righties pretty well. So I'm going to go ahead and select him. We've got another diamond round right here. We've got a switch bat. Switch bats are some of the best players that you can take in Showdown because you're not going to be facing right-handed pitchers throughout the entire Showdown, right? So having a switch bat is nice for those situations when you do face a lefty. Now you have a set right-handed batter in your lineup. So I'm going to take the switch bat here. I'm going to go with Ian Happ. Round 4, we got the gold round here. Again, we're looking for power, right? This is kind of a bad round to be in, but we have to keep in mind that this player right here will not be in that final boss that we play with. So we could just kind of do whatever we want right here. So I'm going to go with who I feel is pretty good in this game. And that's Yoan Moncada. Another switch hit too. Jorge Polanco is not a bad option as well. I just don't like his power, so we're gonna go with Moncada. Another gold round. We got another chance at Polanco. Keston Hiura's got really good power against righties. That's probably who we're gonna go with right there. So I'm gonna go with Keston. Going to the silvers, we got Ian Happ again, but I can't take him because he's already in our lineup. Probably just gonna go with Joey Gallo right here. That is a nice lefty bat with some good power. Remember, these guys are not going to be in that final boss round, so you just kind of take whoever you want right here. Yan Gomes is not a bad option if we face a lefty. I just don't know if we do face a lefty or not. It's all right. We're going to go with Yan Gomes anyways. It is what it is. All right, so when it comes to the perks, right, I feel like people just brush off the perks. They don't really care. You really want to pay attention to what you're taking right here, right? So the perk that you're really looking for is the perk. Basically all these perks is certain situations, right? The perks activate only if you're in that situation. So you want to take the perk that has the most common situation, right? So we'll start from right here with rally time. Exit velocity boost while losing. This is a really good one because you're always losing in Showdown. So this is a good one. This is probably what I'm going to select. Let's take a look at the other ones here. Vision bonus in 2 strike counts. So for me, I don't know. This might be good if you're really, really patient at the plate and you take a lot of pitches. It might be good, but for me, I normally don't find myself in 2 strike situations in Showdown, so I'm not going to go with that one. Exit velocity boost in the 7th inning or later for hero time. This is another really, really good one. Most of these Showdowns are later than the 7th inning, so this one's always going to be on pretty much. The next one, green light, exit velocity boost while ahead in the count. Again, if this works out, if you take a lot of pitches, take a first pitch ball, boom, you already got a boost. This is not a bad one, but for me, I think it comes down to hero time and rally time. I'm going to go with rally time because you're literally always losing in Showdown, so we'll go with that. And then our silver round here, the first one we're going to start with is bunt cheese. Don't ever take bunt cheese. I do bunt a lot in Showdown, but I just feel that this perk does not really benefit you at all when you select it. So don't ever do bunt cheese. Leadoff magic, slight exit velocity boost with 0 outs. So whenever you have 0 outs, this is going to give you a boost. Not a bad option, but the problem is as soon as you get out, you can never use it again. So that kind of sucks right there. But if you need a confidence boost with your leadoff, that might not be a bad option. Down but not out, exit velocity boost while behind in the count. This is a pretty good one. If you take a lot of pitches and you get behind in the count, this is a good option. And then we've got hero time. This is the other one that I was talking about earlier. That's probably the one we're going to go with. And you want to make sure that you equip those bad boys before you jump in. So what's going to happen with these perks, when we progress, we're going to get the option to get more perks, right? Most of the time, there's going to be an upgrade for what you already have, right? So if it's working out really well for you and we get a gold hero time, that's probably what we're going to take. But when it comes to perks, again, just make sure that you're selecting the one that has the most common situation. Before we jump into the game, we're going to go to our managed squad here, and we're going to go ahead and set up our best lineup possible right here. When it comes to having players in wrong positions, that is not a big deal at all. If I was in a situation where my worst player was at catcher, right, and I had Yelich on the bench, I'd put him at catcher, because there's never really situations when we're on defense and we need to make sure that we're on defense and have the best defense possible. So I just make sure that we have the best hitting lineup as we can, no matter what. I don't care who's out of position. So there we go. That's what our lineup's looking like. I'm going to do the first one here, and then I'm going to fast forward to the big boss here. So before you jump into these, you want to make sure you see who you're facing. We're facing a right-handed Michael Fulmer. If you've got guys that hit righties better than others, you can adjust your lineup that way, but we're good to go. We're ready. Let's go ahead and jump into this. All right, so notice the situation. We're down 2. We've got a runner on third. It's in the bottom of the 9th. Remember that perk that said 7th inning or later? It's always later than the 7th inning. So here we go. We want to notice the situation, right? We saw in the top left-hand corner which perks were activated. We had 2 of them. Now we have 0. It is what it is. Now, right now, we're just looking for our pitch, right? I want something high in the zone that I can crush. I got under that one. It's okay. We've still got 11 outs to go. If I get a hold of just 1 home run right here, it's a tie ball game. Easy as that. When you're in these ABs, you want to be as patient as possible, right? When people are playing against the CPU, I feel like everyone is just swinging at everything. You want to look for your pitch only, especially in these earlier rounds, because you're going to be hitting with gold hitters and stuff like that. Notice right here that I did not run home, right? When you guys are on the base pads, be patient. As you see right here, we have 10 outs. We have 10 outs to get this guy in. He's gonna score. So we don't want to risk any situations on the base pads. So just be smart when you're on the base. Let's go. Let's see if we can get Javi Baez here. A good little hit. We've got 10 outs left. No time to panic here. We get a hit right up the middle. Javi Baez is on base. It's 2-1. We've got 10 outs left. All right, Christian Yelich. If I hit a home run here, it is game over. We've got 2 active perks. So if I get my pitch, I'm swinging. That's a ball. All right, so let's go. No perks. We're looking for a high pitch here. I'm not saying to sit here and take every single pitch, but just don't be swinging at dumb pitches like that, right? I probably would have just hit that one straight into the ground. So it's a 1-1 count. I'm still looking for my pitch. That was my pitch. I was a little late on that one, and I kind of missed it. He was short. That's all right. We'll get there. All right, I've got a Keston here. He is a righty, but he can hit righties, so that's good for us. I really am trying to jump on that first pitch because we immediately have 2 perks available, but he's not giving us anything that we want to hit. Let's go. Give me something. Here we go. Keston here gets a hold of one. I'm going to keep him moving because I know that's going to be a home run. There we go. We beat the first boss. So that's kind of my approach when I jump into these, right? If it's a reliever, we're taking every single pitch that we can to try to jump down or drop down that energy. If it's a starter, obviously still be very, very patient until you get 2 strikes. You don't want to be swinging at every single pitch. If the CPU notices that you're swinging at everything, they actually do throw nothing but balls. So you don't want them to be in that habit. So that's my approach. I'm going to get through the rest of these. And before we jump into that final boss, I'm going to show you all the players that I drafted and show you some of the perks that I took. So I'm going to get through this and then we'll get to the boss and then we'll show you what we do. We got another gold round here. I'm going to take Hosmer. Who cares? Okay, so we're finally at the boss now. Let me show you what our squad is looking like here. Obviously, like I said before, we took all of the players that are really, really good against righties. As you can see here, we've got Miggy Cabrera out in right field. He's out of position. We're putting him in the lineup just because he can hit righties pretty well. Now, remember, this is team affinity. set 1, so the players aren't as juiced as they are right now in set 2, and there's no set 2 cards in here. So it might not look like these are the best players, but these were the best available players against righties. Eloy Jimenez, he doesn't play first, but he absolutely kills lefties and righties, so we took him. Ian Happ, one of the very first guys that we took. He's been a good switch hit bat for us. Javi Baez hits righties really well. Bobby Witt, you guys get the idea. Jason Bay, it's probably the worst one that we have on our team right now, but he's good against righties. Brian Hayes, he's at catcher. He's been pretty good. Keston Hira, he's a gold, but he's got over 100 stats against righties, so he works. And of course, Yelich. Our bench, we just threw in the guys that we aren't using. If you ever get in a situation where you want to pinch hit somebody, you can do that. But I do actually recommend throwing in somebody with some speed in case you need it. So we've got an 83 speed in here, and then we've got an 88 speed. So we'll get those guys in there. They're ready to go. Pitching doesn't matter. And then take a look at our perks here. We have all diamond perks right here. The ones that I have equipped are Hero Time and Rally Time and Leadoff Magic. Hero Time and Rally Time, that's what we started with. We just upgraded it all the way up to Diamond. I do believe that these are 2 of the best perks out there. So if you guys can get this, be sure you get it. And then Leadoff Magic, I went with that just so we can go ahead and get a quick start against our boss here. The score is going to be 13-16. We're facing off against Marcus Stroman. We have 20 outs to get 4 runs, so we should be fine. This is why I recommend going all the way through this. You have an absolute stacked lineup, and you only have to score 4 runs. It's on veteran difficulty, so we should be good. Let's jump into it. Okay, so of course, these showdowns against the bosses start out with nobody on base, but you can see here, I've got all 3 of my perks activated on this first batter, so I'm going to be aggressive pretty much every single AB, but we fly out right there, unfortunately, but it is what it is. We have 19 outs to do this, so should be fine. Brian Hayes, all 3 of these are ready to go. 2-0 count. We're being patient, right? 20 outs is a lot of outs, so you can really drive this pitch count up pretty fast. He is a starter, but you could get his stamina down just a little bit, as well as his confidence. So we're not starting out strong here, but it's okay. There we go. Our first hit. It took a while, but Christian Yelich is on first. Now, in these situations, you want to do your best to try not to ground out into a double play, right? So I'm going to stay away from lower pitches. That was probably a pretty good pitch I could have swung at, but I don't want to be swinging anything out of the zone or low because I could get into a double play. And of course, right when I say that, I hit into a double play. Just do as I say, not as I do. That was a bad pitch. I shouldn't have swung at that. But yeah, try not to get grounded out into double plays. There we go. All right, Bobby Witt, that should be a double right there, 99 speed. I feel safe about going to second right here. I don't feel like I'm taking too big of a risk. We got a man on second. We got to start getting some runs. We got 15 outs left. Good drive by Bay, but we're not going to test it right there. We're staying at second. There we go, Keston. That should move the runner. That's fine. Notice here, I'm at 12 outs. Okay, I'm not having the best start in the world, but I'm not panicking, right? His energy is going down. His confidence is going down. So we're going to have a better second time through the lineup here. We got Ian Happ. We got a man on third. 12 outs is a lot. So I'm not panicking. Do not panic if you guys notice you're getting out a lot, because it's going to happen. Taking pitches is good. There we go. Ian Happ drives in a run, and we got a base runner on first. If I get a home run here, it's a tie game, and it'll be real easy for us. Brian Hayes, let's go. We got 2 perks ready to go. There we go. Another good hit. Kind of had a late boost. Oh my God, he almost got thrown out a second. Okay, we got 2 runners on. If I hit a home run here, it's over. So see what I mean here? You're going to go through those slumps in the showdown, right? It's okay. That's completely normal, right? Just keep the same mindset, right? Look for your pitches. Be very, very patient. Drive that pitch count up. You're going to get through this just fine. There we go. Oh, man. He really... I don't know why I thought I was going to kill that. Normally, I would probably try to go right there, but it's only 11 outs to go, so I'm not going. There we go. Eloy Jimenez with a gap shot. We're going to start sending everybody that should be gone. There we go. I had 2 perks activated on that one. We were aggressive. That was actually really, really bad performance on my part, but since we went through every single showdown, we took the good players, and we got our score up to at least 13. we had plenty of different chances to be able to confidently beat this boss. So that's how I recommend getting through Showdown, guys. So yeah, guys, that's going to be the end of this video. I hope this helped you guys out a little bit with Showdown. Even if you just took one thing from this, that is good. But yeah, I hope Showdown gets easier for you guys. If you guys have any questions, throw it down in the comments down below. That's going to be it for this video, boys. I appreciate you guys tuning in. I'm out of here. Peace.